Hello, my friend. Abner Hunter here from abnerhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you on this video. This time around, we're going to be checking out a couple of great new free VSTs, and also I want to share with you 3 amazing deals that you need to know about. As usual, I will share with you all of the applicable links in the video description and first comment. Also, will share with you timestamps in case that you want to move around between the mini segments of this video. Let's go quickly through the plugins we're gonna be covering up today. First, we have this awesome free EQ emulation of a Neve 1073. All right, this is the EQ1979. Next up, we have this cool virtual instrument available for free as well by Slapas Sound. This is the Sound Effects 1, Volume 1, and this is a pretty cool plugin that will give you a ton of different sound effects for different applications. Also, we're going to be checking out this brand new Spring Reverb plugin by Waves Audio that currently has an introductory price of $39.99. This is the Magma Springs, 7 styles of spring reverbs within this virtual unit. We're going to be checking out also this brand new multi-effect plugin by Air Music Technologies. This is the Sprite, and currently has a 50% off introductory price. And finally, we're going to be checking out the awesome brand new algorhitmic and artificial reverb by Ujam. This is the UFX Reverb that currently has a 29% off at the moment. And let's not forget that in the purchase of any stuff at Plugin Boutique or here at ADSR, you're gonna get a freebie as well. So here at Plugin Boutique, you're gonna get the comeback kit by Baby Audio for free in the purchase of any stuff, any plugin, no matter the price. And here at ADSR, you're gonna get the fundamental bass enhancer VST by W8 Production in any purchase. All right, before we begin with the content, let me invite you quickly to my website, abnerhunter.com, where I have some additional freebies for you, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks about mixing with free plugins, about productivity hacks, about how to make more music in less time. Additionally, I have some free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample packs, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I am updating almost every day with content like this. Let me know if you are here in the live chat. I see here already my friend Acoustic. Hello Acoustic, thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate it, my friend. So let's move to my section here. All right, let's begin with the cool equalizer called EQ1979, an emulation of the 1073 legendary Neve console, right? This is like the channel strip or the one channel emulation of a console where it includes saturation, pretty cool saturation. You're gonna hear it in a moment. Also 3-band EQ with very musical curves for highs, mids, and lows. You see here below the knobs the shape of the EQ, right? So here the highs, for the highs you have a high shelf, okay, that you boost or cut like this. Here in the mids you have a bell curve. If you move with your mouse this, let's see here, yeah, it's if you move with your mouse wheel, you're gonna see the different frequency ranges, right? From 360 hertz in the low mid area all the way up to 7.2 kilohertz, sorry. All right, and you can turn off also that band or disable it. And in the lows you have also a low shelf, and if you lower your mouse, it's not with the mouse wheel, actually it's with the click of the mouse. You keep pressed the click, right? And so from 35 hertz and above till 220 for the lows. And you have a high pass filter here. All right, it's off by default, and you can high pass it till 300 hertz. All right, to use the equalizer section, you need to enable it here. In this button, you have a phase flip here, also a trim. If you need to compensate any volume that the drive or saturation introduces, and you have also oversampling up to 32x. Very cool to avoid aliasing and digital distortion, especially in higher frequencies. All right, so let's check it out, this cool EQ on these drums first. Okay, let's add some saturation. Trim a bit. Before. Before, after. All right, pretty cool saturation right there. And let's add some highs. All right, let's cut some lows here, the 360. Right, let's boost with a low shelf at around 60 hertz for the drums. Some cool fatness, just to check the high pass filter. Right, before. Right, so that's the EQ1979 on drums. Let's check it out also, this cool EQ here on these guitars. I love to add saturation to distorted guitars. You need to trim a bit. Before. Pretty cool extra texture to the guitars, some highs. Very musical highs. And let's remove some low-end rumble with this. Check out the mids. Before. Pretty cool, super musical EQ, the 1979. All right, let's move on with the next plugin that's on this list. It's a virtual instrument. All right, this is not an effect plugin. It's called SFX1 or Sound Effects 1 by Slapas Sound. I think a brand new developers. I haven't heard of this this brand. So this is a sound effect virtual instrument that will create sounds that you have here in this menu, right? In this free version, you have some bang sound effects, some like cartoons, devices, fauna, fight, glass, horror sound effects, human, and you have here, of course, the name, right? Some jingle, nature sound effects as well, and you have some controls to shape these sounds, such as panning, volume, filter, right? A high cut, also a reverb control, dry and wet, a pitch, lower or increase the pitch of the sound, and a slide control. You can also choose 3 modes here, polyphonic, monophonic, or legato. Also, you have the ADSR, where you change a bit the dynamics of the sound, right? Where A is the attack, the initial spike of the signal, then decay, sustain, and finally release. All right, this will drastically shape the sound of any of these sound effects. So let's check out some audio examples quickly. Let's begin here with the fireworks. Okay. Industrial sounds. Beatbox. Cartoon. All right. Fauna, some animals. Pets. Fight. All right. Horror. Screams. Doors, among other stuff. Human, like body. Sick. Of course, I have many notes playing here, but individual notes also will create right? Funny stuff. Jingles. And nature. All right, depending on the note that you play on this like virtual MIDI keyboard. So let's go with the next plugin on this list, the first paid one by the company Waves Audio. This is the Magma Springs, a pretty cool spring reverb with 7 types of reverbs, right? 50s, twang, Motor City, classic, California, heavy, and dark space, right? With this knob, you choose one of the 7 controls. You can also choose short reverb with this switch, medium in the center, or long. And you have here drive to add some saturation, pre-delay, and feedback. And here to the right, you have the EQ section and output with where you can add some treble. Also, you can add bass. This is the blend and mix control. You can use it in mono or stereo. And finally, the output, right? It includes many presets of a ton of artists here. So let's begin here with the default sound that we have. All right, so this is an electric guitar. Okay, very cool tail. Right, some Bit of distortion. A pre-delay. Mono, focused in the center. Right, let's put this short. Medium. It's like short, medium, and long tail. Let's check out the other modes. So the 50s. Twang. Right, the California. Heavy. Darker. And dark space. Alright, let's also test this reverb in this vocal track. So it's the Magma Springs.
Who's on my body, keep me warm through a cold, cold night. The food and drinks just soothe my soul, I seem to feel alright. The laughs the party shared told my troubles to depart. You know better than that.
Right, beautiful
Who's
tail.
on my body, keep me warm through a cold, cold night. The food and drinks just soothe my soul, I seem to feel alright. Who's on my body, keep me warm through a cold, cold night. The food and drinks just soothe my soul.
California.
Who's on my body, keep me warm through a cold, cold night. The food and drinks just soothe my soul.
And finally, let's check out the dark
Who's on my
space.
body, keep me warm through a cold, cold night. The food and drinks just soothe my soul. I seem to feel alright.
Alright. Let's check out the other plugin in this list. Let's test it first on these drums. This is the brand new multi-effect by Air Music Technology. First of all, let me tell you that I have the demo version unlicensed, as you see here, and it introduces some noise. So I apologize in advance for that. I still don't understand why companies add this to the trials, to the free trials, to where it introduces noise. It's so annoying, right? But anyway, let's test it because it's pretty cool. So you have here 5 different main controls, right? For distortion, different types of distortion and saturation, such as amp classic, amp heavy, tubes, transformer, vinyl, speaker, diode, synth, and digital. You have also 2 types of modulation. First, here you have whoa, which is like fluctuations, flutter, tremolo, and auto panning. And this other type of modulation where you have chorus, multi-chorus, phaser, flanger. Also, you have delay, where you have single, dual, and cross delays. Also reverb, right? From dense, reverb, gritty, loose, roomy, boxy, cramped, tiny, and nano reverb. And you have, as you see here, you have a couple of controls on each one of these modes, where you have depth and mix, like from 0 to 100, like a blend knob or control, and the depth for the desired effect. All right, this is the simple mode, and you have also here EQ and compression for the delay and reverb and a mix. Right, you turn off and turn on this. But if you want more advanced functions for each one of these modules, you click here where it says edit, and you're gonna have here now more controls for more specific tweaks and stuff, right? For distortion, modulation 1 and 2, delay and reverb, and you have also for the delay and reverb pitch shift, EQ and compression with more controls, right? Like filters, EQ, attack release for the compressor and stuff like that. All right, so pretty cool stuff. So the idea was to give you the effects like in a very simple way to set them and forget them, and also what's going on behind the scenes. So that's why they put these modules, right? I think pretty cool that you can tweak that as well. And you have here also some master controls or universal controls, right? Where you have EQ here, also advanced EQ, and you have width to mono the signal or make it stereo, gain, and of course you have a meter for input and output. All right, so let's check out some audio examples here. Let's go through some of the presets on these drums. Okay, let's check out some reverbs. For instance, let's turn on the distortion. That's the so annoying noise, right? Not a lot of companies do that these days, but let's continue here. Okay, let's check out some modulations, some flanger. Some delays, mono, right? Some percussive, pretty cool. All right, let's also use this multi-effect in this vocal track that you heard. Let's begin with some textures here.
Ujam.
You can get pretty crazy stuff.
Drinks just soothe my soul. I seem to feel alright.
For synths,
Who's on my Who's on my body? Keep me warm through a cold, cold night. The food and drinks just soothe my soul. I seem to feel alright. The laughs the party share. I told my troubles to depart. You know even better. I'm saying, baby, you know so much better than that. Therefore, on my heart. Who's
right? You can get pretty crazy with this plugin, very creative. Alrighty, so let's move on with the last plugin that I have here in this list. Is this awesome reverb, algorithmic reverb and artificial reverb by Ujam. It's the UFX Reverb that includes this finisher module where it gets also pretty crazy and adds a ton of textures and extra effects to the reverb itself. So first you have the reverb module here in white, right? Here you have the main mix control from 0 to 100. Alright, you have the dimension where you have the time in percentage, the size of the reverb and the pre-delay. You have the character, which where you have diffusion. It spreads the signal, also adds movement with this modulation and damping. Also, one thing that I loved about this plugin is this docking effect that will dock the reverb signal and it will not get in the way of the original signal. I'm gonna show you that in a moment in a vocal. It's pretty cool because the reverbs come out only when the vocalist stops singing. Alright, so it's not getting in the way of the original dry signal. Pretty cool, and you can control how much docking with this. Also, it has a freeze control to have an endless tail of reverb. Alright, you have an input and output here, and you have here in blue a couple of modules for the filter. You can also get creative with this knob and you can choose a lot of type of filters, right? From like tilt filters, high cut, high boost, high pass, notch, tube, megaphone, radio, comp filter, lo-fi, bit crush. Pretty cool. You can turn off and turn on these modules here, and the finisher is where things I think get more interesting because you add something else to the reverb, some motion, some delays also to the reverb, modulation, right? Some extra sounds, all sorts of crazy sounds, flangers, movement, a lot of movement and modulation, right? And here you have the amount of the those motions. You can also randomize the controls with this dice, and you have a small or big motion, right, for the amount. And also one thing is that you have here I believe 10 cool reverbs from basic, room, hall, plate, spring, digital, 80s warm, gated, and reverse. Alright, so you have a lot of combinations possible to create very different reverbs, not like the typical reverb and stuff, but you can also create the typical reverb if you want to. With this square that you have here, you can make the window smaller or bigger. So pretty cool. Let's check it out here on these guitars. Right, that's the docking in action. Let's reduce it to 0. Smaller. Right. Let's turn off this one. Plate. Let's say I want to reduce the lows. I'm gonna use here a high pass. right? Cutting the lows. So let's add some motions. Creates all sorts of crazy stuff here. Let's add delay. Let's choose some presets here for guitars. This is an endless tail. All sorts of crazy stuff as you increase right? Move. Alright, so let's finally test this plugin on these vocals as well.
On my body, keep me warm through a cold, cold night. The food and drink should soothe my soul. Seem to feel alright.
The crazy sounds come from this finisher module, right? But the reverb is here.
On my body, keep me warm through a cold, cold night. The food and drink should soothe my soul.
Alright, but here what happens when I increase the duck effect.
On my body, keep me warm through a cold, cold night.
Right, the reverb and all sorts of crazy stuff here doesn't get in the way of the vocal till some silences and stuff. For instance, here.
No, even better. I'm saying, baby, you know so much better than that. Therefore, on my heart. On my heart.
You can make it like less percent here to make it less drastic.
No, even better.
Smoother.
I'm saying, baby, you know so much better than that. Therefore, on my heart. No, even better. I'm saying, baby, you know so much better than that. Therefore, on my heart.
Super creative and crazy at the same time, right? Pretty cool stuff. So I am interested in knowing your opinions about these plugins, these 5 plugins that I checked out today. Do you have a favorite? Let me know here in the live chat or in the comment section. I see here, for instance, Gary Thompson. Hello, Gary. Happy that you're here, my friend. Jeremiah says, hello, Amner and everyone else. Don't you just love this channel, says Gary. Thanks a lot, Gary, for your kind words. I really appreciate it, my friend. I always try to catch live stream when I can. I was looking for some 1073 pre-EQ VST. Couldn't be happier to try this out. You're gonna love it, this tonic. And Sound Healer also is here in the chat. Hello, Sound Healer. The Ujam reverb looks like it might be some fun. That docking and freeze knob looks like it will be very interesting. Indeed, I agree with you. I loved that plugin for that reason as well. Hello, Gary. Hope that you are doing well, my friend. Before we leave, let me invite you one last time, you guys, to my website, amnorhunter.com, where you can get some additional freebies, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also some free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample packs, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out my channel or this blog, which I am updating almost every day with content and videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys. I appreciate your attention here and the time you spent watching and supporting these videos. And so I will see you very soon in the next one. All right, take care very much and bye bye. Keep rocking. Yeah.